Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for today, Friday, February 16, 2024. I am Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, preliminary inquiry for murder accused Dwayne McDonald to begin in Carriacou on Monday. Farmers encouraged to cultivate ginger to capitalize on the international market. Anselm Clouden calls for a contingency plan against oil spill in Tobago. In the region, oil tankers arrive in Tobago to assist with the cleanup of the oil spill. Internationally, jailed Russian opposition politician Alexei Navalny is dead. And in sports, GFA seeks talent for national youth teams. The details to these and other stories right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Maritime attorney Anselm Clouden has raised concerns about the potential threat of an oil spill from neighboring Trinidad and Tobago, emphasizing the need for a contingency plan to protect Grenada's coastlines. Nisha Paul has the details.
The issue comes to the fore following an incident on February 7 where an oil slick was reported just off the shores of Tobago and is likely to affect Grenada. Attorney Anselm Clouden said the threat of a major oil spill from neighboring Trinidad and Tobago has always been a possibility.
This is a situation that has been looming and the danger has been evident for a long time. We should think now in Grenada of improvising an oil spill contingency plan under the Marine Division of Planning, because these things can happen anytime and we must be prepared. And we can only be prepared if we implement a contingency plan to combat any future spills that may threaten our coastal resources.
According to a press release on Thursday from the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, communication has been made with relevant authorities in Trinidad and Tobago to assess the extent of the spill and its potential impact on Grenada's shores. NADMA has activated its oil spill hazard-specific protocol and has reached out to the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, SEDIMA, as well as other local and regional partners for assistance as a precautionary measure. An emergency meeting was also convened with the National Oil Spill Committee, a subcommittee of the National Emergency Advisory Council, NEAC, to discuss preparations for a potential response. Attorney Clouden stressed the importance of preventing the oil spill from reaching Grenada's shores, highlighting the need for concerted efforts to mitigate the risk.
If the spill is not contained, and this is the crux of the matter, so that it calls for immediate cooperation, scientific exploration as to its direction and its propensity to come into our beaches and our inlets and do irreparable damage to our marine life, including our mangroves. This would be catastrophe of unprecedented proportions.
This topic will be further discussed on Monday's Beyond the Headlines program with officials from the Grenada Coast Guard, head of the Tobago Emergency Management Agency, members of the Grenada Ports Authority, and the Ministry of Health. For GBN News, Nisha Paul.
Elton, Elliston Andrew, and Daniel George, accused of the non-capital murder of Jonathan Richards, appeared in Guelph St. John Magistrates Court, where their joint charge application was processed. More in this report.
Charged with the non-capital murder of the March 21st shooting death of Jonathan Richards, 21-year-old Daniel George and 30-year-old resident of St. Vincent, Elton Andrew, made another court appearance at the Guelph St. John Magistrate Court on Thursday. In an interview with the GBN, attorney-at-law Anselm Clouden, who is representing Vincentian National Elton Andrew, pointed out that during the court proceedings on Thursday, the necessary applications were made for both the murder accused to be jointly charged.
Certain preliminary submissions before the magistrate with respect to the joiner of the charges. And we allege that the preliminary inquiry had begun with Elton George, and about 3 months later, with Elton Andrews, and about 3 months later, Daniel George was joined, purportedly added to the charge sheet. Well, the charge sheet is not a legal document, and we took objection to the fact that there's a procedure for joining, especially where a reasonable time has elapsed.
Clouden detailed the steps that were taken by the court to ensure that the application was approved.
The charge against Elton Andrews, and you apply for a joiner, and there you join Daniel George in the same indictment, in the same information, since we are now before the magistrate. So that was the nature of the application made.
Meanwhile, the presiding magistrate, Francis Paul, also made the ruling that the 5 to 7 key witnesses will be recalled for cross-examination. As the attorney representing Daniel George, Mr. Henry Pariag, didn't have the opportunity to do so. The lawyer, in a phone interview with the GBN News team, explained.
But basically, we agree that the witnesses who have given evidence should be recalled so that I could cross-examine them by me, because they gave evidence when I was not there. Okay, and I have a right to cross-examine them, so that's basically what happened.
Both Elton Andrew and Daniel George will make their next court appearance in April. Rena P. Thomas.
Meanwhile, murder-accused Dwayne McDonald is set to appear before the Carriacou Magistrates Court on Monday. That's according to his attorney, Anselm Clouden. More in this Nisha Paul report.
The preliminary inquiry to determine whether the prosecution's evidence against the 49-year-old Dwayne McDonald is enough to proceed with a trial against him was scheduled to commence in the Carriacou Magistrates Court today. However, McDonald's attorney, Anselm Clouden, anticipates that the matter will commence next Monday due to the Carriacou jurisdiction's non-sitting Fridays.
Well, I expect the Crown to prefer charges, and I'll apply for disclosure. In law, they're duty bound to disclose the entire file to the defense, and that's my expectations for the proceedings on Monday.
The murder suspect, a resident of Mount Pleasant, Carriacou, was implicated on a charge of non-capital murder in connection with the May 2023 shooting death of Victor Randy McIntosh, who was found with multiple gunshot wounds in his vehicle in the Bogles area in Carriacou. McDonald was apprehended in neighboring Trinidad and Tobago roughly 3 weeks ago after evading authorities for approximately 8 months. He was subsequently deported to Grenada. He was remanded to the Richmond Hill prison some days later following his initial court appearance in St. George's before Chief Magistrate Francine Foster, who transferred the matter to the Carriacou jurisdiction of the court. For GBN News, Nisha Paul.
Still with court matters, Ron Mitchell, 30 years old, unemployed, Atiba Stanislas, 25 years old, a farmer, and Trevon Robertson, 23 years old, also unemployed, all of Paradise and Andrew, were arrested and jointly charged with 2 counts of robbery with violence in connection with separate incidents between January 1st and February 9th, 2024 at Grandlands Beach, St. George. Additionally, Ron Mitchell was charged for the following offenses: 1 count of rape, 3 counts of attempted rape, 2 counts of indecent assault, and 1 count of causing harm. He was also jointly charged with Trevon Robertson on 1 count of robbery with violence. These charges were laid following investigations into several complaints made to the police. Mr. Mitchell and Mr. Robertson were previously charged jointly with 4 other men in connection with a series of rape incidents which were allegedly committed in St. Andrew in April 2023. The 3 men are scheduled to appear at the St. George's Magistrates Court on Monday, 19 February 2024. This is News at 7. Coming up, the Ministry of Agriculture encourages farmers to cultivate ginger to capitalize on the international market. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
I am a VIP. I am vaccinated. I am immunized. I am protected. Our children and nation depend on vaccination for immunization. Childhood vaccination is national priority. It is their protection from disease and sicknesses. Let's all be VIPs and safeguard our beautiful Grenada. I am DJ Blackstorm and I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs. Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Get ready to witness the ultimate showcase of talent, speed, and determination at the 2024 Carifta Games. This prestigious event brings together the best young athletes from across the Caribbean, competing for glory like never before. With the motto, many people, one region, celebrating athletics, Carifta embodies the essence of Caribbean unity through sports, igniting a flame that illuminates the future of sports in the region. Don't miss out on this incredible event taking place at the Karani James Athletic Stadium from Saturday 30th March to Monday 1st April 2024. Get your tickets now at Grenadian Optical or visit gotofed.com and secure your spot to be part of this extraordinary celebration of athleticism.
Get your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Happy birthday, sweet Grenada.
Secure your financial future with Ariza's limited time $50,000 loan offer and join the 50 Chairs celebration. Application is easy, approval quick, interest rates competitive, and repayment options flexible. Apply now. Visit any of our branches located at Bruce Street, St. George, Grenville, Grand Anse, and Carriacou, or call 440-1759 for more information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
With just $2, you can gift yourself with a chance to win the Lotto jackpot. Now, imagine winning the National Lotteries Authority jackpot of $64,000. Why pass upon this winning opportunity? Lotto, play and win a lot of money.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to the news at 7. The Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs is taking proactive steps to improve its operational efficiency. The staff of the Social Development Ministry recently participated in a strategic planning session under the theme, United Strategic Planning is the key towards achieving sustainable success. The retreat was designed for workers within that ministry to have an opportunity out of their work environment to form bonds with each other, contemplate purpose and motives, and work on specific goals. Minister for Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, Gloria Thomas, said the aim of the exercise was to foster better working conditions.
We'll be working together as a group to develop our strategic plan, particularly to work in accordance with the National Sustainable Development Goals.
Minister Thomas spoke to the critical role the Ministry of Social Development plays in the welfare of society.
Our ministry addresses social aspects of society, which are very crucial to the whole functioning of society. And I speak of family life, housing, gender affairs, GBV issues, parenting, safety net, among others.
Naomi Jeremiah is the permanent secretary with responsibility for social development and gender affairs.
This is a very important occasion for our ministry. And I want you to feel welcome. I want you to feel relaxed. I want you to feel happy that we can meet as a team, because we know individual, and when you work in silos, you achieve little. But when you work together, today we are here to craft the road ahead of us together.
The workshop was held on Thursday at the Spice Island Beach Resort. It focused on key points to strategic planning, visioning, objective setting, resource allocation, and prioritization of the general efficiency and productivity of the ministry. The Ministry of Agriculture is encouraging farmers to cultivate ginger, a root crop that has great potential on the international market. To support this move, the ministry is planning to provide planting material to farmers in the coming weeks. Chrislina John has this report.
Over 2,000 pounds of ginger were this week harvested at the Marable Propagation Station, an initiative aimed at providing additional planting material to farmers with the hope of ultimately boosting production of the crop on the island. Some of the crops were lost through predial larceny, according to Troy Augustine, the agronomist overseeing ginger production at the propagation station. Despite this loss, the 12,000 square feet germplasm plot yielded more than 50 crates of ginger in a single day. He explained that the Ministry of Agriculture is actively promoting increased ginger production among farmers as part of its efforts to tap into export markets.
What we have seen is that we have incorporated the ginger with pen manual. Farmers don't have to spend so much money on that in terms of buying fertilizer. And the different practices that we do here is basically we want to show the farmers how to increase the production, how to get the productivity, how to get the maximum yield that they're looking for from that crop, as well as intercropping. So we are preparing a new area to plant, and we want to start replanting in the next month. From this ginger harvested here, we'll be taking a portion for our germplasm replanting, and we want to establish with the extension division working together so that farmers can also establish their own plots. And by so doing, they would have sufficient for that market, as well as keeping back planting material for themselves.
Given the upcoming export opportunities in collaboration with Salicious Trading and the abundance of additional planting materials, farmers are urged to cultivate quarter-acre plot of ginger and other root crops to meet the anticipated increase in demands.
After COVID, a lot of persons planted ginger, and other persons, they're not planting in a large amount, but there are key farmers that plant quite a lot. But what we've seen is that our farmers are planting, and we want to basically push that productivity, push that level so that we can push the export market, because there is a lot of money to be made from ginger. I'm going to be honest, ginger have been sold here for $10 when it's scarce, right? When there is ginger, the price don't go under $7. And I think farmers can make a sizable income in that.
Augustine emphasized the importance of training for farmers to acquire the necessary skills and techniques required to maximize the yields from ginger cultivation.
We want the farms to do acreage of ginger, because ginger has a very big market. I can tell you there are farmers who earn $80,000 for ginger. Period. I mean, $7 a pound, they sell it on their own. They use the same pen man, they use some different techniques, molding and stuff like that. And this is techniques that we want to showcase, highlight with farmers. We want to have training with extension so that the farmers and extension officers can see how it's done. So that areas where farmers are having climate change issues, they could divorce into another crop that can produce. And of course, once you can intercrop the ginger, you could use tomatoes, you could use watermelons, you could use corn, you could use belangen, you could use seasoning pepper, quite a range of crops. So you want to show the farmers what you can do, how it can be done, and be successful at it. And by so doing, we believe that they can also earn a livelihood and teach others just the same.
The ministry is hoping to distribute the plants to farmers before the end of March. Christina John, GBN News.
As part of Grenada's 50th anniversary celebrations, Grenlec is showcasing curated exhibits highlighting traditional mass, featuring designs by Grenadian artisans at all its customer care centers. These displays honor the national pride and identity of Grenadians, capturing the essence of Grenadian masquerade and its role in our nation's journey. Prudence Greenwich, Grenlec's corporate communications manager, commended designers Sandra Holers, Sherma Mitchell, and Hazel Herbert for their work in bringing iconic traditional mass elements like the Veko, Shortney, Wild Indian, Jab Jab, and Shakespeare masquerade to life. She emphasized the importance of recognizing traditional mass not only as a vibrant aspect of Spice Mass, but also as a reflection of our history and cultural heritage, evolving while retaining its significance as expressions of freedom and resilience. The public is invited to view the Independence design displays at each customer care center. We continue to feature unique creations in recognition of Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. Let's have tonight's GBN ISAW.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
The creativity in tonight's ISAW is worthy of recognition. Our citizen journalist submitted photographs of a bus shed in Non-Pariel St. Mark, painted in commemoration of Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The bus shed turned mural features this year's independence logo, the nutmeg, the national flag, waterfalls, lakes, and more. We thank our citizen journalist for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms. Still to come in the news, 6 countries collaborate to launch the Caribbean Cancer Portal as the world recognizes National Cancer Prevention Month. Stay with us.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, so no. Fully 1 week. Nah. Telling you. Yeah, them massive dragon. Hello. I see that. About 10, let them make a hard day, man. Me a 38 day, man. But you are 92. Yeah. You need the number 1 run, man. What is that easy? No, what? Nice. Yeah. Number 1. Yeah, me too, man.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number 1 rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
If I take time and I write down all the things that I love on my island.
As we celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence, let's not only put up the colors of our flags, but do deeds that show how much we care about our country.
Yeah, nation flags always fly high and always remain united and free.
From the St. George's Service Center
of the National Lotteries Authority.
Happy 50th anniversary of independence, Grenada.
We've grown, how far we've run. 50 years we strong and more to come.
Hi, good day. My name is Kyle Sylvester. I am the manager and founder of Case Farming Enterprise. We're an agro-processing business that are involved in the processing of agricultural goods, where we do bottle seasoning packs, lettuce, kale, and broccoli. Sometimes we as human beings get sick or injured on the job. NS provides a safety net for us. I'm here to encourage other entrepreneurs and self-employed persons to sign up under the NIS Self-Employment Program.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. 6 countries collaborate to launch the Caribbean Cancer Portal as the world recognizes National Cancer Prevention Month. Details in this Christina John report.
The Caribbean Cancer Portal, which began in 2020, was launched on Thursday, February 1st. This program, which started out as a research program, looked at the mortality rate among men in Grenada following a cancer diagnosis. Dr. Lyndon Telesford explained that the Caribbean Cancer Portal is geared at providing cancer prevention education.
Many reasons, largely to provide, if we may say, the overarching goal is to provide prevention education, cancer prevention education for everyone in the Caribbean, particularly 6 Caribbean countries that are participating in this program. Right. And to provide information for those who are already diagnosed or survived.
Dr. Telesford said that they were able to obtain valuable information from that study, adding that the study proved there was a deficiency in that a set program by the Ministry of Health and other entities was not in place to support ongoing education.
Okay. So we wanted to know or understand the factors that were contributing to deaths among men, whether they were receiving adequate care, education, what other limiting and enabling factors they were being confronted with. In essence, we found out that there was a need for cancer prevention education in Grenada. Many spoke about them not knowing anything about the disease, how maybe what are some of the risk factors for cancer in Grenada. They spoke about that. So that was one, the need for prevention. How could it have been prevented? And then being now a patient or someone that is affected by the disease, how can they get information? So they spoke about the various sources of information, but largely they highlighted that local information was not available.
According to the medical practitioner, the program started off looking at men. However, when the portal was constructed and information uploaded, the scope was expanded to look at other types of cancers.
Through the portal, we are not providing medical intervention. That's something we want to clarify. Yes. The portal is not it's not going to be competitive with the current initiatives in terms of education provided by our cancer societies, ministries of health. The portal is really a galvanizing space. We want to bring together all of the partners so that we can interact in that one space, but everyone would have their own characteristics, their own different, activities that through the portal, persons can be directed to those as well. So we're not competing, we are complementing what is being done. Which is important. The intention is not to provide any medical intervention through the portal. So when you get information, it helps to guide you in terms of what should be the next steps when you meet with your medical practitioner. But we are not providing medical information through the portal. Nice. So
Within the coming days, Dr. Telesford said educational materials will be made available as well as courses through portal. 6 countries within the region will benefit from the program. Christina John, GBN News.
Stay with us. Your sports news after this break.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
If I take time and I write down all the things that I love on my island.
50 is not just a number. It's truly a special occasion, a golden jubilee.
Not only does it mark half a century of Grenada being an independent country, it also commemorates
memories of our journey,
achievements of our people,
and adversities shared by our nation.
From the Grenville Service Center of the National Lotteries Authority. Happy Independence, Grenada!
Good evening, sporting fans. The Grenada Football Association, GFA, continues its efforts to identify upcoming talent for the national under-14 and under-17 boys teams. Trials have already been held in St. Andrew and St. George, unearthing promising players who seem eager to wear the national team jersey. Additional sessions are scheduled for the other parishes in the coming weeks as the GFA casts a wide net, looking to identify standout footballers. Carl Lee, General Secretary, said the GFA is excited to discover and develop the future stars of Grenadian football. He noted that the trials enable the GFA to build a strong talent pipeline for the national team program. Players eligible for the under-14 squad must be born between January 1st, 2010 and December 31st, 2012. The under-17 team is seeking players born on or after January 1st, 2008. Meanwhile, approximately 35 young ladies have been in training for the girls under-15 team. The selectees are from last year's under-14 team, along with girls who competed in the recently concluded secondary schools football competition. Still with football, the Jamaica Women's Premier League will have an additional team for the 2024 season. The announcement was made during the launch of the league at the offices of the Jamaica Football Federation on Tuesday afternoon. The competition, which kicks off this Saturday, will see Arnett Gardens make a return, moving the number of teams to 10. More in this report.
Action in the Jamaica Women's Premier League is set to kick off this Saturday and will see 10 teams taking part in this year's league and knockout competitions. Speaking at Tuesday's launch at the JFF headquarters, President Michael Ricketts expressed delight that local women will get the chance once again to display their skills.
In addition to that, the JFF has signed an agreement with, in fact, we're partnering with FIFA, one of 20 countries that FIFA would have selected, to send a coach, and our coach is a gentleman called Dan Crooks from England. He will be responsible for our growth, our grassroots, our development program, inclusive of our women's programs. So we will definitely be partnering with FIFA, with, of course, our new sponsor, Sherwin-Williams.
And with the Reggae Girls achieving the unprecedented feat of back-to-back World Cup qualifications, Ricketts is hoping that an improved local competition will help in the continuation of that legacy.
Yeah, we want to professionalize the league, and we would have had some discussions with Chris in this regard. And this is something that we are looking forward to, and this is something that we are intent on ensuring that it happens sooner than later.
That's the end of sports. Stay with us for your regional and international news. And now for your regional and international news. The Tobago Emergency Management Agency TEMA says action is being taken to suction off the oil from the oil spill in Tobago while investigations continue. Details in this report.
Oil tankers have arrived in Tobago to assist with the cleanup of the oil spill. The Tobago Emergency Management Agency says the tankers from Oil Mop Environmental Services will assist with the suction of the oil at Scarborough, Lambo and other affected areas. Meanwhile, Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines says the investigations into the oil spill in Tobago are well under control and being managed in a sensible and professional manner. On Wednesday, the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard said, according to satellite imagery of the barge, earlier identified as the Gulf Stream, was being towed by Solo Creed from Panama to Guyana on February 4th.
I can tell you that today, based on the release I would have issued yesterday, we are in a far better position in terms of understanding what happened, how it happened, an idea as to when it happened. These things are being investigated. What is on board? We've had the Coast Guard involved from day one.
Hines says the government has also received offers from international partners to assist with the cleanup efforts.
The nations, I'm aware that the Brazilians offered us some help in the event that we needed. I'm aware that help has been offered, and we are dealing with it. The investigations are continuing. So in that press release, I'm asking the society to confine itself to official, serious information. Investigations are underway. We are trying to trace the origins of the vehicle, the owners of the vehicle, the vessel, and these things are coming together very nicely.
Further afield, Kremlin critic and opposition figure Alexei Navalny has died in a maximum security prison in northern Russia. He was 47 years old. Details in this report.
Once seen as President Putin's fiercest threat, Alexei Navalny was a lawyer who became a blogger. Investigating alleged Russian state corruption, he used social media to amplify his findings and won support from young Russians who'd only ever known Putin in power. In 2013, he ran to be mayor of Moscow. But before the election, he was arrested, not for the last time, and accused of fraud. His sizable street protests soon transformed into a campaign against corruption and censorship, with a presidential run planned in 2016.
There is just one goal. The goal is to make Russia a normal, rich country where citizens profit in some way from the richness of their country. That's why we are fighting this regime.
His fraud conviction ended his candidacy, and while his party boycotted the election, police raided properties of several supporters. Then, in 2020, he fell dangerously ill on a flight. A German team evacuated him for treatment. The nerve agent Novichok, developed by Russia's military, was deemed responsible.
So it's clear that Alexei Navalny is the victim of a crime. He was supposed to be silenced, and I, together with the entire German government, condemn this in the strongest possible terms.
Russia's government denied it poisoned him, and he slowly recovered.
It wasn't painful at all, but the overwhelming feeling is I'm going to die. It's quite hard to explain because you don't experience it in everyday life, thank God.
In early 2021, Navalny returned to Russia, where his arrest prompted nationwide protests demanding his release. A court decided his absence abroad had violated parole, the start of a prison spell that's been repeatedly extended. Inside, his health worsened, and to demand better doctors, he launched a weeks-long hunger strike. From his cell, he called Russia's Ukraine invasion a stupid war based on lies. Prison clearly affected his health, and his team said he'd lost a lot of weight. Alexei Navalny is survived by his wife Yulia and their 2 children.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.
A New York judge has ordered Donald Trump to pay more than $350 million in a landmark fraud case. The ex-president has also been prohibited from acting as a company director in New York State for 3 years. Details in this report.
This is a devastating judgment. Not only are the damages well in excess of what Mr. Trump had imagined and very close to the full amount that the New York Attorney General sought, but with the New York State interest rate, I imagine that this final damage assessment will be well over $400 million. Donald Trump predicted months ago that the judge would apply the corporate death penalty to him, and that seems to be what he's doing, not only with the significant damages amount, but also barring him from serving as a top officer, barring him and his sons from running any New York business for 3 years. This really goes to the heart of the Trump business empire in a way that we have not yet seen.
Interesting. And just remind us what the original accusation was, what Donald Trump has been found to have been done wrong here.
So months ago, the judge found that Donald Trump had committed fraud in overstating the value of his properties in an attempt to obtain more favorable loan terms. And in what's called a summary judgment decision, the judge determined that fraud had been committed, and a trial was held really simply to determine the amount of damages and other consequences, including the appointment of a monitor, as you mentioned earlier, to continue to oversee the Trump business holdings.
That was your regional and international news. Stay with us for a recap of the headlines. Recapping the headlines, preliminary inquiry for murder accused Dwayne McDonald to begin in Carriacou on Monday. Farmers encouraged to cultivate ginger to capitalize on the international market. And Ansem Clouden calls for a contingency plan against the oil spill in Tobago. In the region, oil tankers arrive in Tobago to assist with the cleanup of the oil spill. Internationally jailed Russian opposition politician Alexei Navalny is dead. And in sports, GFA seeks talent for national youth teams. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it would be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I am Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.